If you clicked on this video, I'm guessing that you want to start collecting Pokemon cards, but you probably don't know enough about it to really go out and buy them and know what to look for. So this video is going to address those kind of situations and just to give you tips on what you can do to get started in collecting Pokemon cards. I've acquired a lot of knowledge in the past couple months, and I can really give you a lot of information on what I did to get started in collecting Pokemon cards. And a lot of the information is fresh in my head, so I want to give it to you guys so I can help you get started on your Pokemon collecting hobby. Without further ado, let's get started. Before I dive deeper into a couple other things, I wanted to firstly address a story that really made me realize you do not have to spend a lot of money to get started. In the beginning, I thought buying the most expensive tins and chests and things like that were what were going to get me to where I wanted to be in the hobby and get me to the point where I have a lot of rare cards or ultra rare cards and things like that. But I figured out that that was not true because I spent a lot of money on tins and a lot of money on chests. Probably like between $60 and $80, which is a lot of money, and you don't want to spend that right off the bat, most likely. So a couple weeks ago, my mom was at Barnes & Noble, and she knows I love Pokemon, and I've been really into it. So she called me, and she's like, hey, I see some packs and some tins and chests and all that stuff. And she's like, do you want me to get you something while I'm here? I was like, yeah, sure. Can you get me something? And she was like, yeah, what do you want to get? And I was thinking about saying like, yeah, get me a tin, get me something like that. But then I was like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to go with a booster pack. And if you're not familiar, a booster pack is really just one small pack that comes with a couple cards. And they're very inexpensive. And it's a good way to get started. And that's my recommendation. But anyways, following up the story, I spent a lot of money on a lot of expensive stuff. And it never really got me to where I wanted to be. She bought me that pack. I got the rarest card that I currently own, and I'll show it to you in a couple minutes. But why I told you that story is because you do not need to spend a lot of money to get started. The best thing you could do is set a couple dollars aside each week and maybe once a week buy like 1 or 2 packs, booster packs, or save up your money and you could buy a tin. But honestly, I recommend just keep buying booster packs. You're going to get so much different stuff, and it's always a gamble. But honestly, it's inexpensive. And I feel like you're always going to get something very cool eventually. So I would start by doing that. Just go to your local store, Walmart, Target, Costco, even Big Lots. Go to your local store and invest in a booster pack. And that's a good place to get started because it's inexpensive and you have a good chance of getting something good. Now let's talk about cards to look out for. So let's say you get a booster pack or you start collecting Pokemon cards, but you really don't have an idea of what cards you should actually be sleeving up and saving and what cards are really not worth anything and just overall common cards that are really no need to add to your collection. So let's go over Rarity. So first of all, I'm going to try to give you an example here, but I don't know if exactly it's going to pick up, so I'll throw it on the screen if it doesn't. But see this. So if you look at this card on the bottom right of the screen, you'll see a circle. That circle means common. That means that this card is a common card, which means I'm probably not going to want to sleeve this up and add it to my collection, but I'll keep it to the side just so I have it. Next up on the list is an uncommon card. So if you look on the bottom right of this card, you will see a diamond. That diamond means that it's uncommon, which in most instances you're probably not going to want to sleeve this one up either. In that case, you could just put it aside, and if you want to add it to your collection later, you can, but you're probably not going to really want to or need to. But everybody has different Pokemon needs, and maybe collecting every single card is what you want to do. And if that's the case, then sleeve it up and add it to your collection. But if you're trying to just find the rare cards and the ultra rare cards and things like that, you're probably just going to want to sleeve those ones up and put those ones in your binder. Probably not the uncommon and common cards. Now, opening up my binder, if you could look at the cards right here, these are all examples of ultra rare Pokemon cards. The way you could see the rarity of these cards is by looking at the bottom left. If you see a star, then that means it's a rare card. But in this instance, these are mostly full art cards. Like, these are examples of full art Pokemon cards. Those are cards you're definitely going to want to add to your collection because not only could they be valuable, but they just look so amazing and they're definitely something you would want to add to your collection. Moving on, now I want to show you an example of a difference between a holographic card and a reverse holographic card. So if you see right here where it's holographic at the bottom, not the actual picture, just the bottom half of the card, that means that you have a reverse holo. So now if you want to take an example of something that's just a holographic card, like this Scentiscorch right here, you could see that this is the part that's holographic. just the image, just the picture of the actual Pokemon, not the whole bottom half of the card. So that's how you tell that that's a holographic card versus what I showed you earlier, which is a reverse holographic card. Now I want to tell you a little bit about secret rares. You may have heard of them before, and I honestly don't have one to show you guys that I could recall of, so I'll put one on the screen just so you could see what it looks like. But if you look in the bottom corner, you'll see that there's two sets of numbers. You'll see numbers, slash, and then more numbers. If the first numbers before the slash are bigger than the ones following the slash, then that means you have a secret rare, because usually it'll be the other way around, that there'll be a lower number slash larger number. So if you see that, then that means you have a secret rare, and it may not look like it's all that special, but in reality it really could be. Now probably one of my rarest cards in my collection is this first generation Charizard. Now this card is not in great condition. We could go in a little bit in depth about PSA grading, but I feel like that would probably be better for another video. This video, we just want to get you to the point where you're collecting. Maybe you're not interested in the money aspect of it, but if you are, please like this video and comment down below, and I'll make sure to make another video that addresses the money side of actually collecting Pokemon cards and what they're worth and what you can do to sell them and get the most money out of them. When you're getting started with collecting Pokemon cards, before you even buy a booster pack, I would recommend buying a nice binder just like the one I have here, or you could find other binders that are just as good or better. And I would also recommend getting sleeves, because you want to protect these cards, because they're just like an investment. They may be worth money when you get them, or they may be worth money down the road. You never really know. So you always want to protect the cards that you think are going to be valuable in the future or in the present, and keep them safe so that if you do decide to grade them or sell them, you'll get the most maximum profit that you can. Now, probably my favorite tip that probably is going to sound stupid, but I'm going to say it anyways. Just get started. Honestly. Don't worry about knowing everything before you get your hands dirty, because I really didn't know anything. I bought my first pack not really knowing much about it. I took that pack, went home, watched as many videos and learned as much as I could about Pokemon so that I could analyze the pack that I got to see if there was anything there and what to look out for. Doing that really prepared me for the next packs to come, and that overall just made my Pokemon collecting hobby way more valuable and important to me, because I actually was starting to get good at knowing how to analyze cards and knowing which ones to put in sleeves and which ones to put into my binder. And that's important. You definitely want to know a little bit going in, but don't worry about it. Buy your first pack. Do some research there, listen to what I've provided you with, because a lot of that information I said is going to really help you with getting started, that I wish I knew when I was getting started. But before anything, make sure you're having fun doing it. If you're having fun doing it and you love collecting and you love the suspense of getting cards, do it for fun first. And if you're having a lot of fun doing it, turn it into a hobby and just try to expand the amount of knowledge you have on it, and go out and make some smart decisions and smart purchases. Another set of advice I could really give you is go on eBay. Be careful. Make sure you read the reviews and make sure you're buying from a reputable seller. But if you do that, you could really find bids. Like I bought like a bunch of booster packs, probably about 10 of them, and I bought them for about $9 on eBay, which was an outstanding deal, and I got some really cool stuff, and I saved a lot of money than going out and having to buy 10 booster packs, which would have been a lot more expensive, and I got really lucky. But always be wise with your purchases. Start off small, see how you like it, and if you like it, then you can make bigger purchases. But I'd make sure you enjoy the hobby before you really dig deep into your pockets and time, because time is valuable and time is money. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like. It would mean the world if you hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more of these videos, leave some comments down below, and I'd love to engage with you guys and start making more videos on these kind of topics and on Pokemon cards and other trading cards. So thank you so much. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.